watermelon patch. Yeah, so I'm gonna carry that down right here and stop at this maple tree. And then what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I done decided I'm gonna go ahead and fill all that over there with oak. So I'm gonna refill that whole section. And that section over there holds, it can hold 8 cords. That's a lot of wood. And then that's where I'm gonna stop on that side, and then I'm gonna come down here on this side and just bring it on down through there. Yeah. Hey. Yeah, traffic wasn't too bad. I told you it only took like 32 minutes to get back. You know, when they don't have all that traffic on 95, I can shoot right out there. It only take like 37 minutes to get there. But I wasn't on your side of Arlington. I was by the Pentagon. Yeah, but you gotta go up 495. Yeah, I was. Yeah. Yeah. All right, let me call you back. 37 minutes. He got that timing down. Hell yeah, because I had to go help somebody out down by the Pentagon. I fucked around and kind of went in the Pentagon, not in the Pentagon, but the parking for the Pentagon. But yeah, that's my area, man. It's the DC area, you know. For those of you never been to the Pentagon, it's really not that impressive. It's not like they have cannons mounted on the rooftop, you know. It's a lot of traffic. Right there by Pentagon Mall. It's always construction. You help the CIA out too? Occasionally. Did you drive the Gator up to the Pentagon? I did. Because the location I had to go, the only way that woman was going to get what I had to give her was with this Gator. Because when you got people that live, what they call them, 2-over-2, it's like not the townhomes, but somebody occupy the top part, somebody occupy the bottom part. But it looked like a townhouse, but it's like a whole different house. Yeah, so I had to take the Gator and go all the way around. I had to park the truck because I got that 16-foot trailer. I'm swinging in them tight spaces out there in the city. And I had to park it where I could and just swing the Gator all the way around and take a little path down and get to the back of that development area so I can get to her backyard and, you know, did a clean drop and got the hell up out of there. But yeah, man, the Gator is the star of the show. It just simplifies things. I said, what did the people you contacted before do? She said, oh, they just parked the truck right there and they had a wheelbarrow and they just wheelbarrowed it the rest of the way. I said, shit, you ain't gonna get this if I got to wheelbarrow it, because that's not happening. Basically, they had to park the truck all the way down the street and then wheelbarrow it to her backyard. I was like, hell no, because there's no other way you're gonna get back there. And there's no place to put it in the front, because it's that bullshit city thing they got going on with the Just how houses are made in the fucking. I don't like it. And it be wealthy people living like that. Like they have money, but you just it's they sell it as luxury. You know, just hey, come here and somebody will live over top of you. This is luxury homes. Fucking 2x2s. I don't know what the fuck they're called. Duplexes. Shit luxury though. Shit like 800,000. Yeah, where's Faith? Love her. She's Faith is she's faithing right now. Alright. She'll be alright though. Yeah, she's faithing. What's good with the Dollar General Murphy Lee this morning? What's up with you? I'm gonna ban you. You keep talking to me like that. Did you ever get to run into St. Mattis of Quantico? Absolutely not. Yeah, condos. They're condos, but I just can't. Because condominium people, they want. I think there's a superiority complex between apartment dwellers and condominium people. Because the condominium people feel like they own it. So these are not the apartments, these are condominiums. And you're like, yeah, it's kind of the same thing to me though. Same thing. But they want like homeowner services, but they just don't have the space. But they feel good about it because they paid a lot of money for it, and they're like, you know, it's just like, it just made my job a lot more difficult. I prefer homesteads and farms and stuff like that because they typically have wide open areas. They got a nice big old driveway. You don't have to worry about getting through a fence to do anything or tearing one down. But, you know, sometimes you just gotta go into the city. And when you do, go into the city and have to deal with townhome people or people like that, then the Gator is your friend. The Gator is your friend, period. It really is. I know this is supposed to be about trailers, but damn. It's just narrow enough to fit in the really tight places. Hot online chat, that sound like New York. Damn, come on, bro, that because you got a house, but I feel you. No, not even like that. It's, how do I say? Nah, people with houses, they just be in the way too. Like there'll be nowhere to park. What really grinds my gears is the people that have like a 10-acre backyard, but they got that single wide fence. Yeah, that really just does it for me. I'm like, damn, you could at least had a double wide or a fucking gate. They'll have a single wide fence and contract people to someone to come out and put an in-ground pool in, and then they gotta deal with that dumb shit. On top of that, nowhere to park. Don't touch my fence. Like, this shit has to come down if you want us to get back there with the equipment. All due respect. Yeah, with all due respect. Yeah. I may have a little hat, but I know how to put an in-ground pool in. You know, I also know how to take up concrete that you no longer want so you can use that area for a garden bed. And speaking of garden beds, you see the sun is getting a lot brighter. You know, wintertime is over. The Blue Jays have seen their small hats. You know, spring started 2 weeks ago. Time to start and plant your seeds, you know, get a greenhouse. You know, put them in a cup and get your little greenhouse, get your seeds going, so everybody can have watermelon. That's all I want is watermelon. I'm good and everything else. I got a side by side with a hitch, but my neighbors hate it if I drive through to bring stuff to the shed from the garage. And then, you're close to your neighbor, so yeah. Yeah, that's kind of petty though. And then some homeowners, they just got HOA. Like, shit is just real crazy. But shit, we live where we live. Fuck it. Yeah, don't let nobody shame you for living where you live. I don't give a fuck if it's a condominium in the middle of San Francisco. Nigga, you just live where the fuck you live. That is absolutely correct. Yeah, I know I'm not talking fast enough to do accurate Ben Shapiro. I don't even know I'm still doing a Ben Shapiro voice. You know, it's not like he's totally relevant right now. You know, I'm just fucking retarded. Yeah, I'm doing a chopped and screwed. You know, Benjamin. You know, DJ Screw, rest his soul. You know, he brought us trail music. You know, without trail music, then, you know, Houston would have never been on. You know, so shout out to UGK. You know, UGK Bun B and Pimp C, rest his soul, he died. You know, probably because he drank too much lean. He definitely drank too much lean. Shout out to UGK Bun B and Pimp C. They're from Port Arthur, Texas. You know, they're not from Houston. They're from Port Arthur. You know, but they represent Houston. Shout out to Fort Worth, murder capital. You know, there's a lot of gangs in Fort Worth. Shout out to the Fishbowl operation. They infiltrated the Fort Trey Gangster Crips and brought that whole organization down. You know, right there in Fort Worth, Texas. You know, they were selling a lot of drugs. They just had a place of selling a lot of drugs. They let a white guy infiltrate. You know. Anyway, oh, baby Ozark in the building. What's up with you? Oh, if someone wants to live in a situation like that, 1/3 acre lot, subdivisional apartment condos, more power to them. I personally prefer solitude to the extreme. Yeah, but a lot of people don't have it like that. You got some people that's not in their budget, or you got some people location is everything. You got some people that got a duty to their family. What you gonna tell somebody who got family members in the city and they got their duty first to them? You know, they don't just put their own urges and want out of life. They're really in tune with other people, like they're connected. So they just choose to stay in the city. People been doing that since peopledom. Man, that's just how life is. I know everybody has this thing where they wanna bash city folk and act like city folk ain't important. And you know, you got certain city folk that just dream of living in the countryside, surrounded by nothing but horses and non-humans. But that's exactly what that is, just a dream. At no point in history has it ever been like that, where people were just countryside. People have always had little cities. People have always had little villages, and then you had the outside people doing their own thing. People wanted to be within the castle walls. People wanted to be within the Capitol walls. And then you had the people out there just I'm telling you though, and my my white history research has led me to believe that in an empire situation like Constantinople or Rome or anywhere where the central power was, you didn't want to be too far away from that, which meant a lot of people would prefer to live in the city because barbarians might attack you out there. You know, people were just afforded a certain privilege about living that close to the emperor. I appreciate city folk though. I really do. I know people can get real prideful in their lifestyle, but I grew out of that a long time ago. I don't think you just got some people that are a lot of people in the city are paying the bills of people that live in the country. Cause it's like, who else you gonna sell your services to? Like if everybody was a farmer, if everybody grew their own food, then the commerce for those people would plummet. So let's say you live in Amish country. You're a homesteader. Like you don't have no internet job, you don't travel into the city for a job. How in the hell are you gonna make a living? Growing food and selling it to your neighbors who already have food? You know, you got a whole bunch of people trying to sell stuff to each other. They already had that product. So it's just like what the Amish learned. The Amish learned we're not gonna make it if we don't deal with the English. So that's why you have the Amish doing business with the English. Because they're like, the Amish already have all this stuff we selling. So it's like we can't make it without each other. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I don't look down on city folk or country folk. Because those the people you look down on, those the people that pay your bills. Those the people that allow you to do what you do. Yeah, I ain't mad at you. I feel like that's a real immature outlook to. And I was like, ew, so why the fuck would you choose to live in the city? But man, there's a plethora of reasons. There's a multitude. And a lot of it has to do, some of it has to do with honor. Some of it has to do with family. Some of it has to do with responsibility. Like you got people with responsibilities out here. Some of it has to do with budgeting reasons. You know, just, man, we people. And this just what people do. I look down on mumble rappers like Kodak Black. Obviously Trump doesn't, because he pardoned that nigga. Oh, but the white man, who is Kodak Black? Hey, what about Julian Assange? He was like, Kodak Black. Hey, oh, but all you, I can hear the drop Gogurt all the way around the world. You just heard the Gogurt drop throughout the whole country when he did that. Kodak Black. Hey. This really spills my Gogurt that he did this. Where is Wraith Fuera? That's a nice little nickname for her. She do be shilling them wreaths. She be shilling them wreaths. Y'all go buy her wreaths. She faithing right now. Didn't Obama catch hell for inviting Common to the White House? I don't like that nigga neither. I don't like mumble rap. I don't like conscious rap. That shit's stupid. I don't like it. I really don't. I'm not really a big fan of rap. Trump broke my brain. I told you, didn't I tell y'all? Trump made a lot of white folks spill their yogurt when he did that. I'm gonna pardon Kodak Black. When he pardoned Lil Wayne, that's when white people really dropped the bucket of yogurt that came from Costco. Ha! Hey, who is Lil Wayne? Who is Lil Wayne? Do we know who Lil Wayne is? Maybe that's Julian Assange's little brother. Wayne Stanford. It's probably who he's talking about. Yeah, Trump pardon list was wild, son. I don't think I could have did a better job fucking up people's brains than that. I thought my pardon list would look wild. I said, damn. The only person he was missing was Larry Hoover and Big Meech. Like, at this point, you might as well pardon them niggas. You ain't gonna listen. People think if they pardon Larry Hoover, that's gonna turn Chicago around. No, the fuck it's not. Just because he started the gangster disciples doesn't mean they gonna respect him when he get home. Man, the GDs done split up in more ways. You got insane GDs, you got GDs over there on this block, then you got the Barksdale crew throwing up pitchfork, but they BDs, they black disciples. And you got them over there doing their own fucking thing. Then you got the other people doing their own thing, growth and development. You know, ain't nobody, man, these little niggas ain't gonna listen to nobody coming out the penitentiary. Not really. Unless you come out and you got a squad with you. Like, man, people don't, the young don't respect dinosaurs. You're dealing with a bunch of boys who don't respect male authority at all. Because 9 times out of 10, they grew up with single moms. They rather listen to a woman before they listen to a nigga like Larry Hoover. Larry Hoover come up, put the gun down, son. See what I tell you now. I started Gangster Disciples. Huh? Put the gun down. Stop shooting each other. Pull your pants up, son. They gonna look at him like, nigga, you not Michelle Obama. Who the fuck are you? They gonna be like, who the fuck was that? Like, oh, man, that was Larry Hoover, but he not Michelle Obama. He can't tell me what the fuck to do. Youth are victims of victims. Man, it's easy to break out of that cycle, though. It really is. It's not hard. And you don't need money to do it. That's why I was thinking about my job. I was like, I don't take pride in what I do. Like, you hear people say that. Like, I take pride in my work. I take pride in what it is the fuck I do. I realized something, man. I realized when I jumped through hoops to deliver that product to that woman and help out my neighbor, I fucking realized what it really is. I don't take pride in what I do. I find it fulfilling, so I do a good job. That's all to it. Yeah, that's all to it. You know, this is wholesome. When the work is fulfilling and wholesome, yeah, pride ain't got nothing to do with that. You wouldn't say you don't hear the people washing people's feet saying they take pride in washing people's feet. No, man, it's fulfilling work. Like that one disciple that washed the Messiah's big toe. Just dipped it in the water. You would have thought it was Cheeky Bear the way he went over the Messiah's foot. He put it in the water. Here you go, my big toe. Yes, I take pride. Like, hell no, this shit fulfilling right here. I'm gonna do a good job. Yeah, pride ain't got nothing to do with this. I don't know if you're the best at something, then you probably should take pride in that. It's hard to be a best at anything. Yeah, but there's always somebody that's gonna be better than you. Past, present, future. You take pride at being the best at something, but that's short-lived. For one, you die. Two is vanity. And speaking of vanity, did y'all see that McDonald movie? Them boys did a good job on that. But I was watching the McDonald movie. What was I watching that shit on Hulu or some shit? Man, it was a movie, but it was on the McDonald brothers. That shit made me want to go get a Big Mac, son. Yo, they did the McDonald brothers so fucking dirty. This shit was just like John Deere, Walmart. It's a pattern with these things. Like the McDonald brothers, they were conservative for one. They didn't believe in ripping people off. They used real ingredients, and they had a system going right out there in California. They had a system going that the fast food industry hadn't never seen. It was like the restaurant. Like people were going through the drive-throughs and the drive-ups and waiting like at Sonic. And McDonald, what they did, the McDonald brothers, they had people come up to the window and order. Things were in paper, was disposable and convenient. So they had their story of losses and wins and losses. Then they got on and they developed this quick system for serving food. And the dude, the main character of the movie, he went out there to deal with them because he was trying to sell them like a fucking milkshake or something, like milkshake mixers. Like that was his job. He was a milkshake mixer salesman. His name was Ray something. So Ray went out there and he ordered something, and then like 3 seconds later they brought it to him, and he was like, "What is this?" He was like, "Who? I want to talk to the owners." So the McDonald brother came out. He introduced him to the other McDonald brother, and he was like, "Y'all got a good thing going right here." I knew from the start of the movie that the dude's Jewy, even though he wasn't. He was a white guy. He was real Jewy from the beginning. I was like, "Oh shit, watch out, McDonald brothers." They was like, "Yeah, franchise this." He was out there in Illinois. He was like, "You fucking franchise it." So the McDonald brothers, they didn't want to do it at first. They did it, but then they typed up a contract. It was like, boom, established the percentages. So he brought the McDonald brothers out there to Illinois. But it was McDonald's. So boom, he get it popping. So then all, investors wanted to get involved. It was like, we want a McDonald's too. Like, this shit popping. Shit got popping. So before long, Ray and the McDonald brothers, they started beefing over ingredients because he wanted to use this instant milkshake mix to save time and money. And the McDonald brothers like, "Nah, we want real ingredients. We don't know what the fuck that is. That's some shit concocted in a lab." And he was like, ah. So he ended up going through a lawyer and cutting them out of the contract, which fucked them over. And then he found out that if he wanted to beat the McDonald brothers and get over that hump that they always threw in his way by telling him no whenever he wanted to do something, he had to purchase the land. So the real estate. So he hired a Jewy lawyer, was a white guy. He was like, "Yo, you got to get into real estate." So he ended up buying the property. He bought the property that the McDonald brothers restaurant sat on. So he became their landlord, and they were just like, "Wait, what?" He was like, "Yeah, you may have a say on what goes on inside McDonald's, but I have a say on what goes on outside of it." So then they got into it, different battles, trying to keep McDonald's true to its name, the vision that the McDonald brothers had. And then what Ray ultimately ended up doing was squeezing them out of money and profit. And he started getting bigger and bigger, franchising and doing deals. Then he eventually took McDonald's from him, and he made it McDonald Corporation, a separate entity that's not that entity. And they was like, so the McDonald brothers admitted defeat, but at the end of the movie, the McDonald brother said, the one brother, he looked at Ray, he was like, why'd you have to take our company? How come you couldn't, we showed you our service and how we were able to make it faster. We gave you the keys to the kingdom. How come you didn't take that and start your own thing? And he was like, you still don't get it. Ray looked at him just like, he said, y'all still don't get it, do you? What makes McDonald's so special is the name. Because other people took McDonald's formula and they started their own businesses, but they would call it like Cars or Smithins, or he was like, yo, it's the magic is in the McDonald's, those golden arches, the M's, McDonald, it's American, it screams America. He took their name, damn. And the McDonald brother was just sitting there like, so they had their lawyers. He was big time now. Ray was that nigga. The McDonald brothers was nothing. Like, he took them for everything. All they had left was that one store. So the McDonald brothers, they ended up signing this contract, but when it got to a certain point over royalties and percentages, he was like, I'm not going to put that in the contract. Because they was like, why isn't this in the contract? He was like, I'm not going to put that in the contract. What I'm going to go ahead and do is, we're going to have to shake on it, and then you just going, my word be my word. And the one McDonald brother, he looked at the other brother, and they didn't want to do it, but man, it really wasn't nothing they could do. They let the fox in the hen house when they started doing business with him, and he took over the company. So they shook on it, and he never followed up with his end of the deal. And they legally couldn't prove that he agreed to it. So that 1% of royalties to the McDonald brothers would have equaled out to $1 billion a year or something like that today. And that left the McDonald's brother, they had nothing to leave their offspring. They had nothing to leave their kid. They had nothing to pass down. Ray took everything. Took them for everything. I said, damn, son. Damn. But see, this is different than the Walton brothers, with Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart. And his vision, he wanted to take that company, because he left it to his kids, and your kids fuck shit up. John Deere kids did the same shit. He left it to his kids fuck shit up and started doing business with Koreans, or some shit like that. Some foreign investors that they got in bed with, and that's when they started producing the tractor, because John Deere, it became John Deere Company. And they can distinguish that as a separate entity than the man, John Deere, who was a living man and died. So now it's like the corporation just steals your name. The corporation steals your glory. McDonald's. Like that name really belonged to somebody who a lot of you people would call based. Based much? Y'all would be like, oh shit, we going to McDonald's today. Yeah. It belonged to people like that. Walmart too. Yeah, all that. Man, it's a pattern with these companies and how people sell you out the legalities of things. When people get into the business and they love what they do, and they find it fulfilling, and everything's going good, they got the customer, they got a good product, they hustling. You know what the McDonald brothers did to get their quick system? No one had ever seen that shit before. They took their employees to a tennis court, and they were just drawing out the layout of where they were going to put the fryer, where they was going to put the ovens, who was going to be manning what station, so people wasn't running into each other. The system's effectiveness relied on preparation and know-how and intuitiveness, and it relied on the placement of the equipment. So they had to redo it. They had to get a contractor in there to redo everything and put stuff in different places. So they can get this system going. The mixers over here, that over there, that machine over there, the stove right there. And that made them able to beat any restaurant's time in the country. Because a lot of people back then, what was this, back in the 40s, they were complaining about, you know, they'd pull up, they wouldn't get their order till like 30 minutes later, if they got it at all. And McDonald's, somebody said it's Scottish. Man, I'm telling you, in the movie. Yeah, I saw the movie. Yeah, that was a good movie. It shows you, like, if you a small business, it's like what to look out for. Like, I knew that franchise, he was like, franchise it. And they was like, no, we already tried that, it didn't work. And they tried it with another store. That's the store they put the golden arches. I believe it was down in San Francisco or some shit like that. And the managers, the people they put in charge of the store down there, they didn't do a good job. So when the McDonald brothers would visit the store, they would find that the burgers weren't fully cooked, or the burgers were overcooked. They didn't put the lettuce in the proper plate. Like, they were autistic. The McDonald brothers, they was like, no, this isn't a burger. And you'd be looking at it like, oh, it's a burger. And they was like, this is not a fucking burger, and it matters. They was like, no, you do this and do that. He was like, yo, it's only 2 pickles on this burger. That shit was a science to him. It was like, yo, why is it only 2 pickles on this burger? 3. Somebody had 5 on there. 3. He was like, you're not squirting the ketchup right. That ain't how you do that. So they had a good team at the central location, and they couldn't micromanage other locations. So the McDonald brothers, they was like, we're not franchising, because that store is going to bear our name, but it won't live up to our standards, which makes so much fucking sense. So they was like, nah, we're not franchising. But somehow, you watch the movie, you'll see how Ray convinced them. He was like, man, but they're not me. I'll enforce your standards. And he did. It started out with good intentions, but it ended up with him owning the company. Subway, I don't know shit about Subway. All I know is Jared was a pedophile. But McDonald's, damn, that was a good little movie. But it was telling you the movie not from the perspective of the McDonald brothers, it was from the Jewy dude. So you find yourself kind of rooting for him, and you like, yeah, the McDonald's brothers, they're being overly conservative, and they don't want to, they're being dinosaurs, and their ways are outdated, and the world is moving on. So you find yourself kind of rooting for the nigga that took them for everything, but then you like, damn, like the McDonald brothers, they were just super traditional. And I don't think, if it wasn't for Ray doing what he did to the McDonald brothers, I don't think people would know about McDonald's today. Because they just wouldn't sacrifice quality for quantity. You see what I'm saying? And those type of businesses, they die. Like, they die when they don't start using like the artificial product and all that other shit. Unless you're just like 1 or maybe 3 locations. Then you can kind of micromanage everything better. But to be a world-renowned franchise where everybody knows McDonald's, and you got kids that don't even speak English, they see them golden arches, and they just, the golden arches, McDonald's. Yeah, nah, McDonald's wouldn't have been that big. McDonald's probably would have never been on the East Coast. Leave it up to them. I think, who played Ray? I said that was a good actor. Those were good actors, though. I think everybody fit their role good. If I gotta give that movie a review, it'll be a solid 8. And Ray seen one of his investors' wife and was like, oh, I want to fuck her. And he ended up marrying her. He divorced his wife that was with him throughout everything, and ended up marrying the other dude's wife. and they stayed together till they died. But Ray was like one of the richest people in America. And man, this shit was just wild, son. This shit was wild. McDonald's food is people. Listen, all these small-time businesses that have aspirations to just take over the world, you're not going to do that without selling your soul. And if your kid, you leave it to your kids and your kids don't have your values, they're going to sell it out. They're going to sell that shit right the fuck out. That's why when it comes to kids and you look at some of these big companies or people in history that did great things, their kids, 99% of the time, their kids fucked it up when they left it to them. They fucked it off. Even in the comic world, Superman sold the Kent farm. When Superman's father died, when Superman's father died, and he moved to Metropolis because he fell in love with Lois Lane and he wanted to become a fucking reporter, that nigga sold the Kent farm. Martha Kent was producing organic tomatoes, celery. They had sheep, horses. Lana had the horse farm across the way. That bitch, she sold that shit too. I was like, look at these niggas. Look at them selling their birthright. You the fastest man in the fucking world. You supposed to be at the farm and answer calls from the farm with your super hearing. Fuck you need to live in the city for? That nigga got an apartment with Lois. I say, man, y'all in the fucking way. Y'all, you seen Smallville. These niggas in the fucking way. I watched both the Black Panther movies, BG. Oh, darn, I guess I really do gotta watch Red State now then. I've watched both Black Panther movies. The second one was better than the first one. If you seen the second Black Panther, I haven't seen a Marvel movie in like 10 years. If you seen the second Black Panther movie, you can't sit up here and act like Namor wasn't that nigga. Namor, Hakulu Khan, bro, he got it cracking on the Wakandans. He killed the queen. He killed Angela Bassett. I said, damn. Damn right. Then he was a mutant of a kind. He was the only one of his kind that could fly. He was like, he was with that business too. The Wakandans, BG would watch Black Panther. I damn sure would. And I'm gonna watch The Little Mermaid when it come out. I felt Hakulu Khan when he said, because of T'Challa, the United Nations is looking for vibranium in other places outside of Wakanda. Because T'Challa decided to be a globalist before he died. The first Black Panther. He was like, we're going to open it up to the world. He declared that shit at the United Nations. So when the second one opened up, you see the Queen of Wakanda going into the United Nations and telling France, just telling all different types of countries, like, the king is dead. So that's not how we rocking no more. So that caused the United Nations to want to find vibranium outside of Wakanda. You feel me? So they developed this machine that could detect vibranium, and they did. It was in the ocean. Kind of like what I was talking about last night. That shit was like deep down in it. They found it, but they didn't survive to tell people about it because the people, Hakulu Khan people found they came out the ocean. They sang a song too. They're like little mermaid people. They just sang a song and it hypnotized people and they couldn't fucking move and all of them just committed suicide. And they just dove over the edge of the ship. And it was like, what the fuck? Are these Wakandans doing this? Or everybody thought it was the Wakandans. But then they got in the helicopter and flew the fuck away. And then they helicopter, somebody was just up there, grabbed their helicopter by the tail and just kind of pulled that bitch back. And then that's the first time you see Cthulhu Khan or Namor, and he had the wings on his feet, kind of like that one Greek god Midas or some shit like that, I think. Or Hermes. No, that's the nigga with the staff. One of them niggas. Then you seen him, and yeah, I was like, oh yeah. Then the Wakandans, they was like, who? I thought we were the only ones that had vibranium. It was like, it probably hit somewhere else, and it did. And so he was able to get past the Wakandan defenses, and he just showed up to the queen when she was sitting with Shuri, and he just walked up and was like, nice night. And they were like, how the fuck did you get past our little invisible barrier bullshit? He was like, I'm not here for that. I'm here to offer you a deal. Yeah, Cthulhu Khan, he was playing the long game on it. I feel him though. I would have done the same shit. Wait, it was Mercury. No one can answer that without Google. Don't Google it. Google, people will Google it. Be like, it was Hermes. Nah, you know. I read a book on that type of mythology, on Greek mythology. I think it was Nike. Yeah, it was Nike. A lot of people don't know Nike was a Greek god. Spelled the same way too. Mercury is Roman. But Mercury, was that the god of war? I don't think Cthulhu Khan, he looked like one of them niggas. But, you know, they give you the white man brought the smallpox and blanket and shit over there, killed his mom. They took some type of drink so they could live. You know, they give you that shit, but once you get past that shit, like, I don't even get mad at movies no more for putting that type of bullshit in there. As long as they don't got the gay shit going on, because it's entertainment. That's how I look at the history I learned in school, is entertainment. Kunta Kinte cutting his foot off, that shit entertainment. I don't get mad at that type of shit because I don't even believe the shit true. It's entertainment to me. I look at movies the same way, so that I don't go all truther mode on movies. I just enjoy it like I would as if I didn't know. Like, I got an on and off switch. You know, I got a filter with that shit. I could really sit back and enjoy shit. But yeah. Anyway, I ain't gonna say the whole movie, but that second Wakanda, that shit, yeah, it was way better than the first one. And I like how when Shuri took the pole, I thought I was gonna beef with the bullshit about her becoming the Black Panther, but it made sense. And in the comic, she became the Black Panther too when T'Challa died. So I was like, you got a woman lead. But what they did in the end was, it wasn't even like that. And when you take the potion to become the Black Panther and you see your ancestors, I was surprised. I was happily surprised by who she saw. And that did not make the movie cheesy at all. She saw Killmonger. She didn't see her brother, she didn't see her father or her dead mom. She saw that nigga Killmonger. Killmonger told her, he was like, you gonna be soft like your brother, or you gonna get shit done like how I would have got shit done? And then that's when she woke up, and she had her suit, her Black Panther suit had the Killmonger colors on it too. It didn't have the black and purple T'Challa colors. So I was like, that's interesting. But at the end of the movie, she didn't lead. M'Baku led. The gorilla nigga that was like T'Challa's first enemy from the tribe from the mountains. So when she was out there crying over her brother, M'Baku was down there. He was like, I'm here for the throne of Wakanda. What's up? So I was like, damn, I'm surprised, Disney. That's what's up. So I just told y'all the whole movie. At the end of the day, Shuri isn't running Wakanda. M'Baku is, and that's that. Pop High, Ladies of BG. Oh yeah, you sent me an email too, telling on one of them. I didn't quite read it yet. I'm gonna get to it though with Tachi. Don't worry. You don't worry, I'm gonna get to it. Alright, what y'all talking about? What, Disney Plus? Yeah, I seen it on Disney Plus. That shit out on Disney. Telling on folks now. Y'all can tell on people to me confidentially. Just email it to them. Email me your grievances. But when I start this zombie apocalypse, we're not gonna play that no snitching shit. We leaving that shit in the past. That shit is a part of the old world. Nah, ain't all that. Keep quiet. I read that shit. No, that shit is not conducive to a burgeoning, thriving, new population on a new world that has been destroyed by zombies. If somebody doing something, I need to know. All that secretive shit and keeping secrets, fuck no. Nah, if somebody's in the zombie apocalypse group selling drugs, tell me. Don't do that. It's a drug that I can't tell on him. I don't want to be labeled a snitch. No. That is one of the quickest ways to destroying any community, group, village, etc. What they don't tell you is that's what happened to Atlantis. That's Atlantis' downfall. I'm not going to tell him the person that's guzzling all the water. I don't want to be able to spit. And does anybody know where Atlantis is today? I rest my fucking case. Larry 88, peace. Apparently, BG and Odom, if you're not in a gang, you can't be a snitch. I don't know who came up with that. If you're in a gang, you can't be a snitch. You know how many niggas the gang leader snitched on us? Almost got hit with Rico. Fuck you mean? Gang members tell more than regular people. Fuck you mean? That shit not even a rule. It's a rule, but it's one that no one fucking respects for real. You know? That shit like jaywalking, like you're not supposed to, but you know, I'm gonna go ahead, you know. I'm gonna walk. All them niggas telling, everybody to tell you gang members don't snitch, they're telling. I done been told on too many times to still be in a fucking gang. Oh, hell no. Niggas don't even live by their own fucking bylaws and rules. Fuck no, that shit. I mean, it's easy to sit here and say, I would never tell, ride or die, till death do we part. And then the feds come swooping in with these wild ass football jersey numbers, 88, 64, 33. You be like, oh shit, your underarms get to sweating. They give you that cigarette. It was Keith. Keith did all that shit. I seen him do it too. You want me to take you the way he put the body? I know where the body's at. I got full immunity, right? Hey, my man, can I get a grape cigarello? Yeah, that shit is easy to say. I would never. People be saying that with kids. Only time they give a fuck about their kids when they in the courtroom and they want to judge. I got kids. Please don't sentence me to 1,000 years plus 1 day. The judge, they do shit like that too. 1,000 years and 2 hours. You'll be like, what? Hold on, John. How come I gotta do that 2 hours after I do 1,000 years? Can you just kind of give me a millennia? Can we argue? You look at your attorney. Can we maybe get this reduced to a century? Possibly half a century? I don't think I can do 1,000 years in 2 hours. That 2 hours is gonna cause you to lose sleep. You be like, why the fuck would he give me 1,000 years in 2 hours? Fuck is the 2 hours about? Is this shit personal for him? What the fuck? The dude involved in a crime, not in jail, is a snitch. That has nothing to do with snitching. That has to do with honor, integrity, principles. If I'm sitting in there doing the B&E with you, I have entered an invisible contract. If I'm doing the crime with you, for me to tell on you to lesser my yoke around my neck is moist. It really is. If you didn't have nothing to do with that, and you just a nigga that seen a drug dealer go up in your neighbor house and shoot everybody in the fucking house and leave with a vault, and you don't say nothing, you bitch made. It's the opposite. It's the fucking opposite. You think I'm not gonna say something if I see somebody run up in my neighbor house? Duh. Fuck you mean? If you're not that type of person, I don't even want you around. I don't even want you. You no good on the block. You are not zombie apocalypse material. Yeah, if you ain't willing to go the length that them white boys down in Georgia did when they seen that nigga running through the neighborhood for no fucking reason, apparently, it's just like, yo, what's up with you? Yeah, I don't want you around. That's the type of time I'm on. I don't give a fuck who sentence who to what and say something random. Man, that's how you supposed to be if you got neighbors. You live in an area like that, you supposed to kind of trust each other. I understand it's hard in the fucking city because you can live next to somebody your whole fucking life and you don't know their fucking name. So that's not there. But when you in like an environment like how you see me in, I got a neighbor all the way up there, down there. You know, it's yeah. That's how you protect each other. You got some people that take matters into their own hands and go out there and try to stop something. If you see somebody from out of town just beating on your neighbor, or they just kind of, oh, what the fuck? Like, yeah, nigga, I'm calling hillbilly hard. Come on down here. These niggas out here acting a whole monkey and a half. Right away, I'll be there. Have some donuts waiting for me. Kids snitching on their parents. Damn right, kids are snitching. Kids are telling. Listen, you chastise your kid too hard, they'll go to school and tell the guidance counselor. Next thing you know, you got CPS at your front door. What did you say to little Erica? Because she told us that you yelled at her and it made her feel really bad. This is your first warning. If we have to come back here again, we're going to open up a case against you. And if you get another one and we have to come back out here, we're taking Erica. You'd be like, oh, what the fuck? Who the fuck even are you? Nobody knows. Let him know the sheriff was on the way. Hi, shout out BG, bye. Damn, Maddie, it's like that. Maddie just did a drive-by. What the fuck? The small hats are claiming the newly found world under the Arctic is where the lost tribes of Israel is located. Listen. Fuck all that ice wall and tribes under the ice. Have you niggas never seen Alien vs. Predator? The first one? That's what got all them niggas killed. Fucking around under that ice. The one with Sanaa Lathan. I was like, yep, you ain't got me. You ain't got to tell me twice. I ain't going up there fucking around. Whaling Industries, another white man. Whaling Industries, Whaling. I just gotta know. I need to know. I have to know. Just a nosy motherfucker. Now you nosy. No, we don't need to know. That shit looks dangerous. I have to know. And when you find out, then what? Well, I'm a globalist. I'm a colonize it. They might have oil, gold. They might have a supply of M&Ms. We have to know. Like, no, the fuck we don't. So they hopped on the ship. Whaling contacted one of his best explorers, Sanaa Lathan. She was, you know, climbing mountains and shit, doing shit that niggas just don't readily do. You know, like climb a fucking ice mountain. But lo and behold, here she is, looking like Jessica She, climbing a fucking ice mountain. So she, all right, if we do this, we do it my way. You know how women, when they think they got leverage, you know. So Whaling was like, name your price. Gotcha, come on. So they go down there, they on the ship, a fucking Serb, a Ukrainian, all types of white people on the, you know, so then the one girl had a gun. I'm gonna just spoil the movie. I don't care, I spoil shit, fuck it. The one girl had a gun, and Sanaa Lathan was like, what do you need a gun for? She was like, yeah, it's better to have it and not need it than need and not have it. That's the first time I heard that. That's where I got that from. So they go down there, they go to the little village, the fucking ice community. It was abandoned. There was something on the radar the other day, but when they went there, there was nothing there, but when they went there, something was there, and it happened in a day. And for somebody to dig that deep below the ice in one day, it would take outstanding resources and a hell of a team. That's red flag number one. So they jimmied up this little thing to go down there, set up flares, set up shop, made a little sled, and it went like fucking 10 miles under the ice. Meanwhile, the rest of the team is on the surface for command center control, and the ship just flies over them, and the ship just the Predator ship so fucking silent, that shit smooth, that shit just, you don't even hear it. So the Predators, like you know, when the Predator, they do everything in threes. Illuminati confirmed. Trinity confirmed. The Predators do everything in threes. When you see one Predator, there's two more somewhere. They go to every planet in threes. So the first Predator, he like, what the fuck? And the other Predator like, what in the what? So he, you know, that's their little jank, they little the stabber dude, the shank that they got on that motherfucker. And then he took the fur, and he was like, ah! He dropped his gun, the light, everybody started shooting. Boom, boom, boom. The other Predator with this little rope thing, that shit. And the nigga head rolled across the floor, and the other dude outside was like, ah! And I was like, see, what you get? You out there fucking around with that ice wall. We need to go to the ice wall. I'm like, no, the fuck we don't. So the Predators are annoyed, because this isn't what they came here for. Apparently, every so often, Predators brought alien to the Earth. It was for sport. They hunted the serpents. And the pyramids were down there because people used to worship the Predator, that race of alien. So now they come here to hunt the serpent, and now they got to deal with fucking humans and shit. So they were annoyed. So all three Predators hopped in the hole going to the ice that their ship in the sky made, and they go down there. Sanaa Lathan and Whaling and the Serb and the Russian and the Ukrainian and the Yugoslavian and the Georgian, they're all down there. They go inside the pyramid. That shit was epic. It was huge. It was a whole underground thing. It was like an underground city. They go inside the main temple, and they're looking around at the architecture. Everybody's like, damn, this shit nice. Ooh. Ooh. So they get to a certain point, where there's a chest. And in this chest, they open it up, is 3 guns. The cannons that the predator mount on their shoulder, there's 3 of them in the chest. So the dude, he grabbed for one, and the girl was like, ah, don't do that, don't do that, don't touch it. And he was like, why not? This is an artifact. We taking this home, we can make money. He grabs it anyway. And that's how the temple knew to let the games begin. When that weapon was removed, it triggered a mechanism in that whole situation that caused everything to start shifting. The walls started shifting. People got separated. It was like, what the fuck? And it started melting the queen alien. The queen alien, this was a big bitch. She was just a big shackled up bitch. They shackled that bitch up like she was a Negro slave, let me tell you. They shackled that bitch up like she was being transported from Sussex 1 to King Mountain State Penitentiary. So she down there, the bitch started melting. The queen serpent bitch, her shit was doing like this. She don't got thumbs, she got these. If King Kong lose to this bitch, the game is rigged. She got these. So she doing that shit, right? So the shit melting. She's pregnant, right? The heat orbs. She starts moving, trying to break out the shackles. This a big bitch too. This bitch had to have been like, this was like a 60-foot alien. This was a big back bitch, let me tell you. So she just breeding, she just plopping out eggs and aliens, just little eggs and the critters. So the people who were stuck in that room, they started reading, looking through shit with their flashlights, because they couldn't do nothing. They were separated from the other people. Sanaa Lathan and them, they was on the outside of the chamber. And he reads something, it said, sacrifice something. And they look at the table and it's a body there with bones. So the woman go over there, she looked. She like, what'd you say this room was called? He was like, this is where they sacrifice the people to the gods. And she was like, it looked like something broke out this body. Looking at the rib pattern and how it broke outward and the tears. So then that's when the temple just rearranged shit again, and it raised up these pillars, and everybody was like, what in the Ted Turner is going on here? And on these pillars were these eggs. And the eggs, it looked like a little eyeball opening up. And on the egg, when the egg opened up like a little petal, like a flower, the hand came out. The Blair White hand. Don't act like you don't know what hand. The giant that looked like the Blair White. Yeah, that giant came out. And that's how it sounded when it came through the air. And it hopped on the bitch face. Mama! She pulled a George Floyd. And then the bitch dropped. Then she wake up, right? And she like, damn, I don't feel so good. Everybody start waking up. They're like, what happened? So then all of a sudden, like a second later, the shit broke out. The shit broke out the other bitch belly. With these giants. Look, these giants. It was a little baby alien giant, the servant. It was like, it didn't have opposable thumbs. It broke out. So now you got aliens. So Sanaa Lathan and them, they get separated from the other group, the main dude, and they figure we can get back to everybody if we reach this point on the map. And Waylon was just like, my time is almost over. He was sick, he was dying, and he was just like, I'm glad I got to live this long to be able to see this. We got to make it to the surface to let people know. Whole time there was an alien, there was a predator walking up on them. Nobody saw. And the predator killed the one dude, and then it got to Waylon, and the predator got that vision, and it seen his heartbeat was weak. So the predator, if you not about that life, the predator won't do nothing to you because it wants a challenge. So the predator looked at him, put him right back down where he got, and then started walking to Sanaa Lathan. And Waylon, he was like, don't you act like I'm not worthy. And he threw like a flare at him or something, and the predator turned around again with the shank and lifted him up in the air and just looked at the nigga. And then And then the backtrack before that, when the predator was walking through the temple, when they got there, after the humans took their guns, they was like, oh shit, these bitch ass humans took our guns. Then the aliens started crawling out the HVAC vents. I don't know what the fuck they were. The fucking, the HVAC. The HVAC vents, the air ducts. So it was a little alien, that shit was just nestled in there, was watching the predator. You know, the aliens, you know, they act like cats. They just, you know, when they about to pounce on you. So the one predator didn't see it, the alien tail came up and grabbed the nigga right through the chest. And the predator turned around, was just like, fuck. And the alien just looked at the nigga, and that's where the thumbnail for that movie came from. The alien killed the predator. So then the other predators, they mounted up. They was like, psh, psh. With these giants, the other one had the net, that shit, and it hit the other alien, but the alien got the acid blood, and that shit just, as the net tightened up, it popped the vein in the alien's blood, freed it, because it got that acid blood. So that shit just, and it broke out the shit. It ran through the HVAC vent. And the predator was like, fuck, these fucking humans. The predator don't talk, they click. But that's what he was saying to the other predator. He was like, these fucking humans. But that's how it came out. So then shit keeps shifting, right? So then the humans, they over there, after Waylon died, they run, the bitch got a glow stick, dropped it. She seen the other dude, he was alone. The serpent came through the tunnel, snatched him up. Ying, come here, nigga. Ying. Then he fled with him. And then, so to fast forward, the alien bitch, the big back alien bitch, she's just down there giving birth, right? That bitch giving birth like this children's hospital. Just that's how it sounded. She's shitting these eggs out. And it's on like this fucking conveyor belt. Like it's a conveyor belt. Just, and she just like there's a lot of eggs. She just dropping eggs. So you got 2 predators left, 4 humans left. So when Sanaa Lathan ended up, it was just them 2. And they had the temple was shifting, and she figured out the sequence of the time when it would shift. So she had to jump across his legs. So she jumped. He jumped first, and when he got there, she jumped, and she was just dangling about to fall down into the abyss. She was like, and as she was holding on there, he was helping her up. She was like, behind you, and the fucking alien was just right there with the tail. Like that alien tail, that shit wild, son. That shit'll get you from over that motherfucker and drag that nigga away. So Sanaa Lathan was by herself. But she still had the bag of guns. She still had the predators' guns. That's what the predators was looking for, because they don't hunt without them. They couldn't begin to hunt because the humans took their fucking guns. So Sanaa Lathan, she was just in the corner like, damn, this shit real fucked up. And the predator, that shit. So she was just looking stupid. So the predator seen the bag of guns and he took it from her. And he mounted that shit on his shoulder. That's why I was like, yeah, he with the shit. And then he looked at her. And then he ran back that way. But then she was like, no, you do not get to leave me. Everyone I know has died. And then the predator just kind of sized her up. And the predator was like, all right. So they took the alien, the forehead from the alien they just killed. And the predator marked it with a tribal marking, and took the staff and fashioned it to make like a shield and gave her a weapon. And then they was off to the races. Then when they was going through the temple, a horde of aliens just came out of nowhere, and the predator had that dumbass cannon, was just picking them shits off. Bow, bow, bow. The predator's cannon doesn't have a full semi-automatic action on it, so that shit was just bow. But that shit was explosive as a bitch. So, you know, shit happened. They get to the core where all the alien eggs are. She's like, this is my friend. And he's like, please help me. I'm just a Serbian. Please, I have kids. And she was like, we gotta help him. And the predator just And she was like, I have to help him. And the predator showed her, seen the baby alien growing, and was just like, fuck it. So she ended up killing him, shooting him in the head so he didn't have to endure that pain. And then at this time, while all this going on, the aliens that grew up, they're out there biting their mom, like the big back bitch. They're biting her on the arm. And the big back bitch, she's screaming. With these shits going like this, them going like that. She's screaming. And what they were doing was they were freeing her from her shackles because her blood would melt the restraints. So they just kept biting the bitch. And then the bitch, her blood broke her free, her little acid blood. And then she was just extremely upset and wanted to kill the predator. So she was just a big bitch, just falling all over the place, knocking into shit. All the little tiny predators were in tow. They were right behind her and shit. That shit was epic. So they were coming down the hall. The predator, the last predator left, looked at Sanaa like, yo, we gotta get the fuck out of here. So they was running out the temple. After the predator, he hit the joint, and he entered the code for everything to explode because he got that exploding wrist. You know, you seen the first one I did, Arnold Schwarzenegger. He threw it, and they started running through the temple. They was running. Then they made it to the slide. The other predator, he hopped on, Sanaa hopped on his back, and they hit the rope. And then that shit slingshotted them up through the hole, so they made it out. Everything just blew the fuck up. The whole temple, every fucking thing, nigga. Waylon's destiny just blew the fuck up down there. So then the predator, you know, he up there licking his wounds and shit. And Sanaa's like, damn, where do I go from here? And then out of nowhere, the big back alien bitch somehow managed to survive the blast. And this is just a big, mean mother alien bitch. Just a mean mommy bitch. With these shits going together like that. So then the predator, he gets smacked. And he like, what the fuck? I can't get a fucking break today. So then Sanaa, she up there trying to jimmy up a contraption that can actually take this big mommy bitch down. So she over there, he over there, he fighting the alien bitch, and she's like, hold on. And then the alien, the predator just come out of nowhere with the staff through the air like fucking God of War and hit the alien across the, hit him with one of them giants. He hit him like with the tire nickel, with the orange piccolo blow, and that sent shockwaves through the alien. The alien stumbled back, and then he wrapped the chain around the alien that was connected to some type of water house or some shit. And that shit was falling off, so they were trying to get it to go over the cliff because they couldn't kill it, because this was a mean, angry mommy bitch. So the chain was on it, like, she was trying to come, and then the mom bitch was falling. The tail got the predator. So the predator ended up dying, and the mommy bitch looked at him like, yeah, nigga, got your bitch here. And then they both fell to their death. And then that's like the end of the movie. But then you start feeling bad for Sanaa Lathan because she's the only one that survived. And she's just in an ice wilderness, and you know niggas don't like that environment. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, look, this would fuck me up. Out of nowhere, this why I like the Predator. Yeah, the Predator died. The Predator that was, all three Predators died. This why I like the Predator race though. Because if Sanaa was right there looking at her losses all alone, these niggas hit their invisibility cloak. And it's like 1,000 Predators. They just watched that shit go down like that. I was like, damn. Oh, they get it. So the main Predator dude, this big ass Predator, right? He just a big nigga, just a big, and he got the spear. And he walked up to Sanaa Lathan and recognized her as an official warrior. He marked her forehead with the warrior sign. Did a little thing for the dead homies that fell during battle with the serpents. And then he gave her the royal staff. Gave her his staff. This Predator had a cape on. I was like, oh, this is a super nigga right here. This is a special nigga. The Predator, he didn't have a face mask on or nothing. Just gave Sanaa Lathan the staff. And then they got in the ship and rolled the fuck out. And that's it. Sanaa Lathan still in fucking at the ice wall. And then they started rolling credits. At which point I yelled at the TV, give her a fucking ride back to civilization. You know? It's like, damn, give her a fucking ride or something. Like that, how the fuck is she gonna get back? You know, they could have gave her a ride, dropped her off in fucking Chicago or some shit. Put her back on the ice mountain that she came from. But if people talk shit about that movie, that was a good movie though. That was the first Alien vs. Predator. The other Alien vs. Predators, them shits was stupid as fuck. They had one with Lawrence Fishburne. It was just called Predators. And it was a bunch of humans. They got dropped off on a world. They was like, where the fuck are we? But that's another movie. Alien, the Predator 3, that was my favorite one. So it's sad the Predator had to die. Yeah, it's sad, but he died a warrior's death. That's why his backup, all the Predators were right there watching it. You just couldn't see them because they were invisible. They didn't interfere. Like, that was his mission. Like, you don't interfere with a man's purpose, a man's plan. And the Predator, that's what they do. They drop them off in threes and they got to go to war. And when they make it out, they become a man. Or if they die a warrior's death. And they're glad to do so. That's just what that species does. But everybody was right there. They could have helped. The big nigga could have took out the evil mommy alien bitch easy. Like, the big ass shit was right there and everything. Like, they could have just blasted the bitch. But they was like, nah, he need this. This good for him. He either gonna sink or swim. Like, they were on some Spartan shit from the movie 300. Like, if the baby born with a shrunken head, throw it the fuck away. Put the 6-year-old child in the wilderness. If he make it home, he's a man. You know, yeah, that's what they do. Predator, smoke kush. I don't think those are dreads. I think that's like antenna. I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't think it's hair though. Now tell us about Little Mermaid. I'm going to see that movie. I'm not going to, but when it come out. So anyway, yeah, so I gotta finish up all this. I gotta finish all the little stuff up. And if you missed it last night, then you see me do something half amazing, half miracle. And see if I got any spiders in here. Did a little bit of raining. I left my equipment out. It's supposed to rain for the next 2 days. But yeah, man, it's springtime, and there's gonna be a lot of spring cleaning going on. No skid marks on the skid steer. Yeah, so anyway, getting to the title of the fucking broadcast. Yeah, get a trailer. Is that a flat? Is that shit flat? No. Yeah, get a trailer because it's spring cleaning time. You know, a lot of people, they say, oh, spring cleaning. So spring is the time a lot of people clean. What do people clean? Not only the inside of their house, the outside. People have shitty yards. People wait for spring to come before they get rid of shit. There's something about spring that livens people up. It makes them want to clean shit up. I don't know what it is, but spring is the time when a lot of people want to get rid of shit that's just in their backyard for no fucking reason. You know? So, that's why I say get a trailer. If you out there and you got a lump sum of money and you don't know how to invest it, get a fucking trailer. And get something that can pull that trailer. Get a little 5x8. You know, you don't need nothing fancy. And just do junk removal. Junk removal is big business in the spring. Follow me for more tips like this. Yeah, junk removal, it already has started blowing up. It really has. That shit big. A trailer is business by itself. Like you don't even need a truck, a car. Just get a fucking trailer. You get a trailer, you can rent it out, do whatever you need to do, whatever you feel like doing, or loan it for a fee, you know, that type of thing if you don't want to call it renting. Yeah, there's always somebody that can use a trailer. A lot of the type of people that always want trailers or trailer work, especially if you got a dump trailer, are the type of people like I was telling you about this morning. The type of people that live in cities and they don't have nowhere to put a trailer. They only have 2 fucking parking spots. But there's something that needs to be done that they need a trailer. You can help people move with the trailer. City folk are always moving. You just need a trailer. You don't need a box truck. You can start small and work your way up. And before long, you got a fucking moving company, and it's you and 4 guys that do good work. Like it's really easy. They are still people getting sick and animals dying. Yeah, it's real easy to make money, but what the fuck is Wataji talking about? BG, you work on Sundays? I absolutely do. I absolutely do. Sherry, I live 30 minutes. Oh, you 30 minutes away from Sherry? That's what's up. Winter, Hakuna Matata, BG, anyway. Have you heard anything about the train derail? Oh, you 30 minutes from the derailment thing. Oh, okay. I haven't even heard about the derailment thing until somebody mentioned it last night in a live stream. Like, I'm almost completely cut off. Like, I'm Amish, not with equipment, but with the news. Like, what is that? I don't even... But yeah, you know, sucks for them. But whatever, I guess. I don't know what people are saying about it. My neighbor was rebuilding an old trailer this morning. Saw him welding a new rack on it. You should see if he needs help. See if he just need a hand sometimes. People appreciate stuff like that, and they'll think about you often. Sometimes you might need a job or a little gig or something, or he may just need help. He'll put you on. Yeah. Like sometimes I do shit for free, just to. Sometimes that's how you just have to start. If you're not the McDonald brothers and you trying to get your name out there, sometimes you just gotta take what seems to be an L. You gotta humble yourself, take that L, and work up. Ain't nothing wrong with working up. Do you need to evacuate, Watachi? Watachi, do you need to evacuate? Because of the nuclear bomb train and all? Not us. So you 30 minutes away from a nuclear bomb train and you didn't have to evacuate. Because the way people are talking about it, this shit is just Chernobyl. This shit is Hiroshima. But they cannot drink the water. They can't drink the water any fucking way. All that fucking fluoride they dump in there. Just don't drink the water this time. Even though there's some wild shit in there. My goodness. And back to you, Diane, with weather. Okay, Tom, and thank you for that report on the Chernobyl train. Don't drink the water. You know how many people can't drink their fucking water? That shit is not special. I don't know what was in the train. Apparently death. Apparently death, and it gave all the truthers a chubby. I can't believe it. Have you heard about this? Have you seen it? Report on it. This is basically the fucking satellite China balloon 2.0. Fucking all the truthers got a chubby right now. All these fucking truthers looking like Michelle Obama dancing on Ellen right now. Have you seen the Chernobyl train? The Hiroshima train? What the government is not telling you. They were transporting radiated monkeys. But first, buy my food buckets in case these radiated monkeys on this Ohio train break free. They speak our languages. They know how to build arcs. They are a threat. The government doesn't want you to know. They are also Klansmen. Somehow the monkeys are Klansmen. Guys, I don't know. It's just goofy just hearing about it though. Like you got people in San Francisco. Oh my gosh, did you hear what happened in Ohio? Chernobyl. It's fucking sad. I have a pit bull puppy. And then meanwhile, they walk outside and there's a shitty homeless man out there they don't give a fuck about, but you care about this shit in Ohio. If Watachi running free ain't come on here upset about it, then I really don't think it's something. I really don't. It is nothing to be worried about. I'm pretty sure he'll freak out and lose his cowboy hat if it was really serious. Like Watachi's the type of guy that'll take his Segway up there on half a charge to find out exactly what the fuck is going on. So if he's not freaking out about it, I won't either. Watachi didn't bring up, Sherry did. That's what I'm saying. Watachi from out there, he didn't bring it up. So if he didn't bring it up, ain't nothing to worry about. That's like something happening in DC and me not telling y'all. Just, did you hear what happened down the street from you? Oh my gosh. Godzilla. It was Godzilla. He grew Kevin Durant arms. They're really long. He has opposable thumbs now, and the government is trying to hide it. And I'm like, yo, I live out here. Like, that shit not even like that. It was just a salamander. That's it. It was a fucking salamander. You know, it fell in someone's frosty. They got upset, a little agitated. You know, it kind of bit their nose, and it ran off. That was it. Like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. That's all that happened. It's a fucking salamander. Chill out. Fear porn flavored Doritos. I actually feel relieved he's okay. Yeah, it's going to take a lot more than a Chernobyl radiated monkey train crashing to take out Watachi. That guy's tough as nails. I've been smoking Marlboro Reds since before I was 0 years old. I was in the womb and I was smoking. He talked like this too. You go to his channel. He right there with the cowboy hat on. I was smoking like this. And I just want to say something to all the ladies of Barricade Garage. I'm an old man and I know that, but don't bring the bullshit to my channel. I had to go ahead and tell a couple ladies of Barricade Garage off. While I was smoking my Marlboro Red, I almost lost my cowboy hat and I had a half charge on the Segway. Couldn't quite make it to 7-Eleven. I did a live stream and one of Barricade Garage's ladies entered the chat and I told her flat out to fall the fuck back. I just want to tell all you young whippersnappers out there. He right there with Tachi right there. He know it's true. He is the Marlboro man. Cowboy hat and everything. I said, that's dedication. So anyway, let me see. He's gonna make a 30-minute video on this BG. Maybe. I didn't quite make it through the other 30-minute video of the ladies of Barricade Garage. That sounds like a bodyguard detail. The ladies of Barricade Garage just protecting him like he's Gaddafi or something. Just his own personal bodyguards. I don't know. I don't know why you wouldn't have men for that job. Just women. Ladies of Barricade Garage protecting him and defending him and whatnot. I know women, but it just visually, when you see a leader, a ruler, a man with female bodyguards, he has like a female bodyguard detail. He's on to something. Like when you seen that one, you seen the photo of Gaddafi with his bodyguards, and they were all women. Like, yeah, he knows some shit. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know how to explain it, but that's just, I don't know. It's just like, yeah, I'm not fucking with him. I don't know. I don't fucking know. He doesn't need the bodyguards, but he really needs to get his ladies of Barricade Garage in line. And I talk like this on my channel with Tachi. This is Tachi running free. And I also have Fuckaway 4-wheeler. You can go on down there and catch me live. I don't talk to nobody but like 6 people. They call me Pops. You know, I got some people call me Pops. Excuse me while I go chastise my wife for unplugging my Segway at the half charge mark. What you feeding the birds, BG? Damn, they're loud. You see this wood? Man, they eat like kings. All the insects in this wood, and just nature, just everything. I don't know. I used to put peanuts out there for the Blue Jays, but they got spoiled. They got real spoiled and self-entitled and righteous. And lazy. And then the one tried to become my manager. You heard him critiquing my opinions on the live stream as I was giving them. Concubines, those are concubines, not bodyguards. No, he had some shit where he took. Who's the women with the afros? Hold on. Let me find this image. They got a name too. Hold on. Let me see. Let me make sure I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Some of y'all know I don't know what the fuck I'm talking. I don't quite know what the fuck I'm talking about every time I do a Watachi impression. I just kind of mumble my way through things in an old man fashion. You really don't have to talk as fast. It's not like the Ben Shapiro impression. He's just a little Nancy boy with a little hat on. I got a cowboy hat, so I'm a little bit better than him, but I just wanted to go ahead and speak my mind on the ladies of Barricade Garage. And I come here on this channel. It's a different thing going on when I. Oh, here we go. Maybe they were concubines. The revolutionary nuns. Pretty alright. No, they were definitely like guard detail. Fucking revolutionary nuns. They got a show on Netflix with nuns just doing karate. This shit is so fucking stupid. Like a bunch of fucking nuns. You can't. I don't fucking know. I do know one thing, though. Slim, I'm no better than anyone. I'm no better than anyone. BG sound like he ate hella wheat thins with no water when he does a Watachi impression. Just kind of gotta. It's also how you talk if you ever been to Popeyes and you get that biscuit and you don't get that sweet tea. The result is sounding like this. It's quite unflattering in my opinion. You just go to Roy Rogers and eat that biscuit with no milk. You eat that biscuit, you're gonna talk like this because that biscuit is rich. That biscuit is real rich. It's an undone biscuit. I hate that the undone biscuits are worse than the dry biscuits. BG, you keep it up. I'm gonna do my BG impression again. Alright, I'm done, but don't eat that undone biscuit. You get it Roy Rogers. Cause that biscuit is no good and you don't have no milk. You can't quite swallow it fully. It just clings to your throat. Like it's trying to choke the fuck out you. You just can't swallow that undone biscuit. Hasn't been cooked thoroughly back there. I don't know what they're doing back there. We didn't have problems with our employees. Back in my day, we had a cast iron lunchbox held together with 15 10mm fasteners on there. You had to bring an impact wrench to school to eat if you wanted to. You wasn't no room for no sissies at the lunch table because we used to hit each other with our cast iron lunch boxes. Alright. My grandpa built a trailer for me, but I can't get a license plate for it. Me and my girlfriend had this step or snap into a Slim Jim. We concluded it's definitely Mandela. Me and my girlfriend had this step. What is it? Step into a Slim Jim? What? Argument? Like snap into a Slim Jim. You talking about the Slim Jim commercial? I don't even know what it is. I'm gonna have to start charging BG. What I'm gonna have to do is start charging you. Do my impression because I feel like you're doing a disservice to the impression that is Watachi. Never mind. Yeah, it was all. I thought it was all. It snapped into a Slim Jim. I forgot yogurt was made by. I forgot the Danimals yogurt was made by Yo Plate. And people were like Chobani's, and I was like, no, Yo Plate. It's like Yo Plate yogurt. That is the whitest thing to argue. That is the whitest. I told y'all I got the white man, but I'm not going back to Uranus when the rest of the white people come to Earth. I tell you what. I'm going to claim anchor baby status. All white people need to come back to their home planet now. You got a whole bunch of white people down here. Just, we're not going anywhere. We don't want to go back home to Uranus. It's just a dark hole No light can escape from it, but we managed to escape somehow. Now we're on Earth and we love the Earth cheese here. We're not going back with you. All the white people gonna get rebel flags. They're gonna rebel against the sky white people. The sky whites. Come back now! Who's gonna make us? BG, y'all supposed to get snow this week or next week. I have no idea. Every time they say we're gonna get snow, it doesn't snow. They can't even get the rain right. I don't believe nothing them people say. I think they tell us it's gonna snow and then it don't snow so they can observe traffic patterns. It may be part of some bigger behavioral management experiment. I don't fucking know, but yeah, the weatherman just been off. Jessica, are you in Texas? We like clapping earth cheeks. They are the cloud people. BG, get it right. Hell no, y'all ancestor Uranians gonna come looking for y'all. And they find y'all, they gonna want y'all to come back with them. And then you gonna have another world war just between the sky whites and the followers of Bill Gates. The Bill Gates whites. Wisconsin is the holy land. If you love cheese, yeah. Damn right, Wisconsin, the holy land. Holy just comes from a word, Hebrew, that means set apart. Wisconsin is set apart if you are on a mission for cheese. Like that shit is like it's Wisconsin. Like yeah, like nigga, we about to get cheese. That's why the Green Bay Packers, the fans, they wear cheese heads. They put a fucking cheese on their forehead and go to the Green Bay Packer games. That's why they call it the Packers, because they pack cheese in them little containers and they ship them to white people all over the world. They do string cheese, provolone cheese, pepper jack, Gouda. They do ball cheese, smoked cheese, whiskey cheese, marinated cheese, hot cheese, melted cheese, iced cheese, cold cheese, chilled cheese, cheese and cracker, cheese and soup, cheese and fish, cheese and biscuit, cheese and bread. You get to eat cheese in a rustic room, looking at a fireplace next to an expensive mantelpiece. You just got a lot of cheese going on. It's cheesy up there, son. It's Wisconsin. That shit is the holy place for cheese. It's the cheese mecca. White people go there from all over the fucking world to partake in that set apart cheese. Gouda sounds like a racial slur. It does. Come here, you fucking Gouda. Yeah, Gouda is up there with Raisinette. Hey, boss, I was in line. I was at the deli, and guess who the fuck was in front of me? Yeah, fucking Raisinette, boss. Yeah, the fucking Raisinettes came in the movie theater and wouldn't stop fucking talking. I couldn't enjoy it. Get out of here, you Gouda. You fucking Gouda. Smoke Gouda is gangster. Yeah, that's one thing people, well, the white man has figured out how to do is smoke cheese. You ever just see cheese on the grill being smoked? They figured out how to do it. I don't know how to do that shit. They cold smoke cheese. You know you really got to be pressed for cheese when you figure out how to cold smoke it. Let's cold smoke it. What's the bell? What's the ball cheese that come in the little circle thing? It got a picture of a happy cow on the front of the package. They love that shit too. The bell. They carry them shits on the keychain. They put them shits to be dangling from the keychain just in case they need a quick fix. I need my cheese, honey. Get the bell off the keychain. You never called back your wife? That's not what I'll call you back means. Who the fuck says I'll call you back and then call somebody back? You're a fucking serial killer if you do that. I'll call you back. Did you actually call them back? Oh, you a serial killer. If this ain't you, baby bell cow. Yeah, that. Well, what region of the country we live in? Thought we lived closer. Did not mean anything bad. I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't. Yeah, you good. You good. Sherry, you good. Like we cool people here. Like no one. Like you don't. You know we're. Yeah, you're good. We talking cheese for the most part, maybe. It's possible. Cheese is too expensive. That's why a lot of y'all settle for a product that's not cheese but resembles cheese. Cheese whiz. Just to run around with that shit on a tool belt. Just in case I need a quick fix. That's what they do when they stuck in traffic. They just start guzzling cheese whiz. Put that shit on everything. That shit is hot sauce for white people. If you want to pander to a bunch of whites, I have cheese whiz in my bag. I'm voting for him. This guy gets it. Like, hell yeah. Put that shit, put cheese whiz. You running for office and you go on stage with cheese whiz on Ritz crackers, you gonna get the vote. They don't even give a fuck what you gonna be up there talking about. He's got my vote. Baby Swiss is my favorite. There's a baby Swiss. Baby Swiss. There's all types of Swiss. They got baby Swiss, adult Swiss, adolescent Swiss, teen Swiss, aged Swiss. You get that aged, extremely sharp, severely sharp cheddar cheese. Just severe. When the package says severe, yeah, that shit real. You gonna need to water that down yourself. That shit say severe sharp. Yeah, I got 2 more questions though. Rapper Lil Swizz. I mean, they already got Swiss Beats. Alicia Keys' husband. I thought some time alone was what we really needed. You said that time would hurt more than it helped, but I couldn't see it. I thought this was the end of a beautiful story. So I left the one I love at home to be alone. And I finally found this one thing that is true, that I'm nothing without you. I know better now, and I've had a change of heart. I'd rather have hard times with you than easy times with someone else. I'd rather be beside you in a storm than safe and warm all by myself. Yeah. I'd rather have hard times together than for us to be apart. I'd rather have the one that holds my tuna fork. Shout out to Little Luther, Luther Vandross, Big Luther. Big Luther got big. Saying, can we talk, Tevin Campbell? Last night I saw you crying, and I knew you, and I knew you knew me too. But just like a baby, I couldn't talk, and I had to come closer and couldn't walk, and I think of it every night. I just couldn't get it right, this is what often happens. And can we talk for a minute? Girl, I want to know your name, and I want to know if you also have a small hat, because everybody says the Jews have in-group preference, which clearly they don't. They got kicked out of 109 countries and not exterminated because they fucked their way through those societies. For a minute, girl, I want to know your name. Matt Walsh, come here. Who hired you? Who hired you, Matt Walsh? Stop making these documentaries. Candace Owens, stop being anti-Semitic. Where's Kanye West? Keep tabs on him. Did Kyrie Irving get circumcised? Let's make sure that happens. Can someone go to the Wailing Wall and tell Ron DeSantis to please stop kissing it? That's enough! They gotta beat Ron DeSantis off the Wailing Wall with a broomstick. That is enough! Shout out Ron DeSantis. Then people telling it's DeSantis. I was like, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying Ron DeSantis. It's DeSantis. I was like, is he a fucking Mexican? Where does that Tez part come from? What is that? He is one of the pet. Mexicans are white, but damn, he's a white Mexican. Ron DeSantis. I was like, damn. We knew Mexicans were white when they gave us Antonio Banderas. Damn. I'd rather have hard times together than for us to be apart. I'd rather have the one that holds my heart and my tuna fork. Not today. It will not work today. Whatever happened to Dear Antonio, I have no idea. He was in Ballistics X vs. Several with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie and that other and Chinky Bear. What's the Asian Charlie's Angel? What's the Asian one? Lucy Liu and them. I don't know what happened to him. He was a big thing in the 90s. Don't worry, all my vehicles are pre-war. No, they're not. Your vehicle got computers in it. I can disable that with an EMP. If you don't have a Gator, then whatever you rolling around in can be disabled with an EMP. OBD1, OBD2, it doesn't even fucking matter. That shit got a computer in it. People with Teslas think they can, dude, that guy, I got a Tesla, but I can definitely survive if they hit us with an EMP. You know, I would just drive somewhere, and I would drive and gather up all my fucking family, and we would all live together happily ever after, eating locusts and honey and berries. You know, we would just survive in the woods, in the wilderness, and we would be free. We would be a free people. We would be free to choose what small hat we wanted to put on. I would just drive in my Toyota, like Richie from Boston. You seen Richie from Boston Toyota. I would drive. I love Zorro back in the day. He was on he was in what's that big movie he was in? It wasn't Zorro. Oh, wasn't he on Interview with a Vampire or some shit like that? I can't fool myself. I don't want nobody else to ever love me. You are my shining star, my guiding light, my love fantasy. There's not a minute, hour, day go by that I don't love you. You're at the top of my list because I'm always thinking of you. I used to remember in the days when I was scared of touching you, I spent my life dreaming, planning how to say I love you. Love is a gamble, and I'm so glad that I'm winning. I've come a long way, and this is only the beginning of my life. 1,000 kisses from you. Never too much, never too much, never too much, never too much, never too much. And I just don't wanna stop all my life. 1,000,000 days in your arms. Never too much, never too much, never too much. And I just don't want to stop. Marcus Miller, drop the bass line. Boom! Make it funky. Where's my snare? I have no snare in my headphones. Sherry, you need Chinese cheese then? Oh goodness. Kind of sound like Mike Tyson crossed with Bill Gates. Bill Gates often talks like this and exaggerates, and we can actually bring down the number of people who are populating this one specific region if we do a real good job with vaccines. And then also, with permission from my wife, I can also take some funds from our foundation and build another home here, and that way I can distract you from what I'm saying. Vaccines, not really the best thing for you, but it is a step in the right direction for humanity. Niggas is hypnotized by his hands. That Bill Gates talk with his hands, and he wears that sweater on top of another sweater on top of a button up like that to distract you from what the fuck he is saying. He is really using white man tactics. All that cheese in his pocket. Look at that button up with a sweater on it with another sweater on it. His sweater wears a sweater. Yeah, no. He is not white. He is Jewish. That's what all the white people do. Hell no, y'all got to claim him. If I got to claim George Floyd, y'all got to claim Bill Gates and Fauci and Rockefeller. He's not white. Keep up the hard work, BG. I really ain't doing shit. Hillbilly Hard and them chasing somebody. I don't fucking know. I ain't doing shit. I'm chilling right. His ex-wife looks like Kevin Kline. He fucked that one up. I don't know what. I don't know what happened. People just like, oh yeah, he was fucking an idiot. Keep getting money. I don't know, Bill Gates. Cheaper to keep him. I do know that. It's cheaper. She would ride. I mean, damn, she would ride with him. Bill Gates, you fucked up for that. Nah, y'all just go off and fuck the nanny. Y'all stop cheating on y'all fucking wives. Y'all ain't shit. Y'all cheat on your wives and then expect your kids to carry out your legacy in decency and order. Hell no, you are a royal fuck up. It is cheaper to keep them though. You might as well keep them. Hell no, don't cheat. Just bring her home. Be like, yo, I'm trying to fuck her too. There's a lot of wives out here that's on that. It's swingers. Georgia is filled with swingers. I'm not as upset that you cheated. I'm just upset at the fact that I didn't know. You know, you got some women out there, they just want to know every fucking thing. They're not even mad you did it. They're mad that you did it and they didn't know. I just really feel stupid. I feel stupid. You could have asked me. Gosh. Wait, can I do it? Can I get a do-over? Baby, wait, come here, baby. Can I get a do-over, please? All right. Can I fuck her? No, absolutely not. Like, you just told me you said you just wish you would have known. You can absolutely not stick your dick in her. Come on, baby. You know I got a dipstick. Come on, baby. I can't help myself. Hell no. Didn't Arnold Schwarzenegger fuck the nanny too? Nannies is getting the business. Some of you women out there in the wrong profession. Y'all need to be nannies. Nannies is getting all the benefits with none of the responsibility. They just got to get a kid oatmeal every now and then and put PBS on so they can watch Arthur. Them fucking nannies be getting busy. Nannies and pool boys. They be putting the pool boy in the trust fund. I am upset. What is this? Oh, pool boy. The pool boy get all the cougars. Not Fran Drescher. Who the fuck is Fran Drescher? Is that the nasally? Did she play the witch? Didn't she play the nose witch? I know who that. I just can't place it. He did, and he had a kid with her. He had a kid with the nanny? Damn, I thought he was just banging the nanny. He had a kid with the nanny. Oh, goodness gracious. It's cheaper to keep him. Before women had rights, they just kind of had to, yeah, he fucking that bitch. Fuck him and her. But they couldn't do shit about it. They couldn't just leave because they couldn't take shit with them. Now they could take half. They could take half of whatever empire you build when you get with them. And Bill Gates' wife was with him for like 20 fucking years. Oh yeah, he getting Jeff Bezos' wife too. Jeff Bezos' wife, she was with him when he was in a clapped out garage selling books. Goodness. She is entitled to 51% of whatever the fuck came from their union. Bill Gates ain't gonna be making them vaccines for long. He gonna have to outsource that work. I can't afford it, but this bitch is in the way. She down with the cause too. I don't know. Yeah, stop cheating on y'all women out there. Anyway. Time to get to work.